spring is always an opportunity to clean out, and we see a number of citywide garage sales, community garage sales, neighborhood garage sales, or just the pop-up ones. And here we want consumers to remember safety. So we're not really so concerned about the fraud aspect of consumer protection as we are the product safety aspect of consumer protection. They're a great opportunity to pass down and reuse goods such as child care products and things, but there can be safety concerns with those as well. The older the product is, the potential it may not meet current safety standards. And these are developed over time based on incidents that have happened with consumers, children specifically. Cribs have really changed over the last 10 and 15 years. But we still see at garage sales those that have come out of an attic and may be sold. If a crib rail can fit a soda can through it, it's very old. It does not meet the current safety standards. But they have changed incredibly since then as well, since the old soda can test in the way that the crib can be configured. And there have also been a number of recalls across cribs, play yards, baby walkers, even hike chairs. So there are apps out there that consumers can load on their phone that will direct them to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. And that is cpsc.gov, if you just want to go to the website while you're out there shopping, that you can then check in that moment in time before you're about to buy something to see if it has a current recall on it, and to see what that recall is. Sometimes it could be that it's missing a particular warning label. You can call the manufacturer, get that, and you'll be all fine. Other times it's that crib or other child product has been involved in incidents that have injured children and sometimes killed children. There were a number of pack and plays or play yards in the early 2000s that were responsible for a number of child's death because the play yard would fall into a V and it would cause suffocation. And so not all of those are out of the marketplace because someone may have missed the recall, put it in the back storage room, and now, you know, grandchildren, no grandchildren, it's come out for resale at this point. So be on the lookout for these items. And it's not just kids' items, it's adult toys too. And when I'm talking about adult toys, we're talking old tools that may be out there. There are a number that could cause electrocutions issues. They may not meet current safety standards in the way that the insulation packaging is. They could have bad wires, cords. So you want to check for frayed cords, exposed cords. But then again, just check it to see if it has a recall or if it just doesn't meet current safety standards by going to the website to see what its current status is. So in addition, there's also another category, and those are toys that have batteries. Whether it be your typical lithium battery that we see a lot, or whether it be just battery casings. And so for the regular old AA's or C and D batteries, if it's toys, they may not meet current safety standards in that there may not be a screw that you can put into the back to keep the batteries away from children, and you don't want them exposed, especially to small batteries that are about the size of a coin or smaller, because if they get access to that and ingest it, it can cause very severe physical harm to a child, and not only being a choking hazard, but that ingestion hazard can lead to death because of the whole corrosion aspect of the lining of your stomach. But away from that aspect of it is some batteries, we've seen a number of them with recalls, with toys over time, the hoverboards that are just randomly starting fire. And we're not sure why. We've seen that across time with old, the small like cars that kids can ride where the rechargeable items, some of them started garages on fire. So again, these are things that you can just check in that moment in time to see if they are recalled, if they are still something safe to purchase. And for consideration, if you don't have a smartphone and you just want to relax and leave your phone in the car and shop, just don't spend more than you're willing to lose or throw away when you get home, because we at least ask that you check things out before you bring them into the household to make sure that you aren't bringing a hazardous product to you or your family. So over time, we've really tried to work with some of the resale stores to really let them know about some of the more hazardous products so they can be on guard and watch for those. One of them being just as simple as drawstrings in children's clothing as it relates to the hood, because that can be a strangulation hazard, and it's been banned from sale in the state of Wisconsin for nearly 20 years now. We're not there yet, but we're coming close to that 20-year mark. And so we've worked to educate those so they actually cut the string on the garment before they put it to resale. But they're aware of recalls, and a number of them on some of the bigger, more common products do check before they place them on the shelves for resale. But it's still something to consider and watch for when you're there, because it's not the same as in the first line resale, where there's a UPC code and the store has inventory of a particular product and the recall comes and the manufacturer tells them and they can pull the whole lot. It's very different. It's a one-off. There's one, there's two, there's volunteers often working these. So treat that in your mindset as a garage sale and just be cautious and thinking about what you're purchasing and check it out before you bring it into the household. If you have any questions or want additional information, we have a few safety pieces and some resources back to Consumer Product Safety Commission at our website at datcp.wi.gov, or we can mail reference material out to you by calling 1-800-422-7128.